let me get right into this video. And let me explain exactly why chosen ones cannot have regular friends or partners or anybody in their life. And don't mind my lisp, because I recently got Invisalign in my mouth and I'm still getting used to talking. It's not bad, but the odd time I might sound weird. But anyways, the reason why this is simply because, let's say for instance, you're some chick. If you were to just give yourself to any regular guys, a chosen one is going to look at you as a woman that is now unworthy, because why would he want something every other regular guy could snatch up? That's just not how it works. If they could get you, you no longer qualify for a chosen one. You don't. And as for the friends part, if you're just the average Joe Schmo doing average Joe Schmo type shit, you don't qualify for chosen friends. You just don't. Because your mindsets are not the same. Chosen ones have an abundant mindset. These other individuals will do anything, will take anything, will do this, will do that. They think they can get with these low value people and end up with somebody that is high value, but it's not how the world works. Did you preserve yourself and your value for the man of your dreams? No, you did not. Eric pounded away. And guess what? Eric is a regular Joe Schmo. So if he can get something like that, you automatically don't qualify for a real chosen one who has true value. Because that's where you put your value. It comes down to your actions at the end of the day. So if you have low value actions, you're going to get low value results, which means low value friends, a low value relationship partner. You're going to tolerate low value family members who might disrespect you or whatever. You tolerate things. But a chosen one does not settle to tolerate fuckery on any form and under any circumstances. It's not tolerated. We don't tolerate. I'm not tolerating you. If I ain't with people that I'm thriving with, it's not going to involve me. You get me? It ain't going to involve me. I'm not having people close to me. Well, yeah, I'll tolerate them. Yeah, sure. No. You're better off by yourself than to be around people like that, because they're going to take from you because their value is so low. It's like having a child. And it's a lot different from having a child and having a full-grown adult by your side. You have to support a child. You're not supporting a full-grown adult by your side. It's just not the way it's going to work. And even if it's your girl, did she earn the support you're going to give her? Did she earn that? Or did she sleep around with every Joe Schmo you can possibly think? And she thinks she deserves queen type treatment. You ain't no queen. You gave your value to whoever. You did not preserve yourself the way you must as a woman. your value diminishes. It's the same thing as a guy that cannot get his shit together. You get older, you still don't have your shit together. Your value is not as high as it could be. Your value increases as a man when you conquer Earth, when you get shit done. So if nothing changes, your value stays the same, if not gets worse. And men and women have value in different areas. And how could you call yourself chosen if your value is not, it's not peaking? It's not getting up there. How could you? You can't. Certain sacrifices have to be made. If you're a woman, you know what you have to do, and you know if you're doing the wrong things. You know that. And it's the same thing for everybody. We have duties in this world, and we must obey by our duties. You can't just do whatever you want. You can have that entitled, egotistical attitude, oh, I'll just do what I want all the time, blah, 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 and I'll still get this and I'll still get that. Guess what? God sees this. He is not impressed by this. He's going to humble you. He's going to show you that, no, you can't do this. If you're going to be a 304, he's going to show you, look, you don't deserve this guy. In no way, shape, or form do you deserve the guy you actually want. He's going to give you breadcrumbs, because that is where your value went. You must preserve your value. You don't get top line stuff when you don't preserve your value, and when you don't increase your value. It's just not how the world works. It's not even me just sitting you here telling you these things and these are my rules and this is the way I think things are. No. I'm telling you how things are. I'm telling you really how it is. This is not my opinion. This is how the world works. So technically, yeah, I am sitting here telling you how it is, but this is how the world works, and it's not my opinion. Oh, that's your opinion, blah, blah, blah. I disagree. Well, you're wrong. You can disagree. You don't have to accept what I'm saying, but you're wrong, because this is how it works. Love me, hate me, do whatever you want to do. But this is how the world operates. It's how the world works. You don't have to like it. You might want to live in some Dragon Tales fucking fairy tale where you can pick up a rock and go to La La Land. You might want that. You might say, oh, I can't stand the world and all this. You might not. But it's still the world. Do you think starving kids in Africa want to starve? But that's their world. And it's not pleasant, but things are the way they are. And if you think you can get away with damn near murder, if you think you can get away with being a 304 and get some king by your side in the end, you're a little bit delusional. It's not going to happen. It's not going to work. You can try all you want. You can try to manipulate and say things with words and try to weave your magic. It ain't going to work, because your value is not at that peak. It is not. And who's to blame? Yourself. Yourself. You make your own decisions. Everybody does. You have a decision to become more valuable or become more valueless. It's on you. Do you want to get better or do you want to get worse? Do you have the entitlement to think you can get away with X, Y, and Z? Or do you think to yourself and take some accountability and say, well, if I do this, my actions, it's gonna do something. My actions do matter. I'm gonna take some accountability and I'm gonna be honest with myself. If I do these messed up things that I should not do, there's going to be consequences. There's consequences to your actions, for the good or the bad. There's consequences to everything in this world. If you do very good things, if you do all the right things, there's consequences to those actions. And they're going to be good. But if you're doing bad things, if you think you can get away with doing things, doing some shady shit, thinking you can get away with this, God don't miss. I find it hilarious how people think they can do certain things and get away with it, because you cannot. It's going to catch up. You're going to get hit and you're going to get humbled. And that's the whole part of life. If you can allow yourself to be humbled, that's actually a good thing. People make mistakes, but it's about coming back and righting your wrongs and understanding what you have to do and maturing and increasing your value. And unfortunately, there's such mistakes you can make that could completely taint you for the rest of your life. Absolutely. So you have to be mindful of your actions. And like I said, chosen ones, they can't just be with regular people doing regular shit. Because it's degeneracy is what it is. They think they're regular. It's below regular, bruh. Like, what people see as regular, and this is normal, it's really not normal. Like, I am normal. Chosen ones are really normal. But they're seen as something maybe a little bit larger than life. Maybe not that quite big, but they're seen as the shit or whatever. But the truth is, we just live the right way. And that's really normal. People that are considered normal today, bro, they're all messed up. There's too many messed up people out there. And they consider themselves normal. And it's really not. But I have to explain it this way because this is what people label that as. This is how it really is, bruh. People today can't even do the right shit. People today are gone. They think they can do all these things and everything's going to be alright. Things are going to go their way. But it's not the truth. And you're going to find out. You're going to find out. As I've said, there are consequences to your actions. It does not matter what you do. You could be the next man on the moon. You will see the results. You could be the next biggest 304. You'll see the results. There's things men can get away with, and there's things women can get away with, and there's things they can and cannot get away with. You're not a man. You can't do what men do, and if you do, you're going to see what's going to happen to you. Nothing good. Nothing good. So as I've stated, chosen ones, which is actually the most normal people on earth, doing things the right way, living by God, which is normal. It's what you should be doing, which is really normal. But people are so crazy today, we have to consider ourselves as chosen ones. And then these people from down under, from the pits of hell, come up and shame us. But really, they're all degenerates. And they're mad because our lives are in much better shape than theirs. And they're mad because of it. Because they're a degeneracy. Too many lost causes, bro. People are only getting worse. It's actually crazy. It's crazy to see these things happening. And they wonder why the chosen ones can't have normal friends, relationship partners, even family members around. You have to be very selective. You have to be a particular type of person. You can't just be anybody. And you can't get away with whatever you want to do, which is going to increase or decrease your value. There's consequences. Even if you increase your value, there's consequences. There's certain people you cannot no longer get around. There's going to be a select few. You have to pick sides. This is what people have to get through their heads. You have to pick a side. Are you going to be a complete fuck up? Are you going to mess up your entire life and live in degeneracy? Or are you going to choose to be the bestest, most powerfulest, greatest version of yourself? Because whatever which way you pick, you're going to get in with a certain particular kind of crew of people. They don't mix. These people I'm explaining do not mix. There's the degenerates and the chosen ones. But in actuality, the chosen ones are just normal people living life the normal way. And the degenerates are for the devil, which they're doing devilish shit. But they pretend it's normal. And it's just not. You're out of your damn minds. And then the same people that come out of nowhere and say, oh my God, you're just putting us down. Da 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 da. I ain't buying your bullshit. I ain't buying your bullshit. You can go ahead and do that stuff all you want. But just understand, there's consequences to your actions. If you're a lady and you think you can experience yourself, give yourself away to whoever you want, because that's what you label it as. But in actuality, you a 304. You just want to label it as, yeah, I just want to experience life a little bit and do this. In actuality, you a hoe. That's what you want to do. And you think you can do those things and still strike. While the iron is hot, but no. The iron is not hot once you do those things. The iron was hot before you did those things, when your value was preserved. You become valueless when you think you can participate in 304 activities. Your value diminishes because you're no longer a good candidate for a wife. You're not. You're just not. And this is exactly why chosen ones do not belong around these people, around these so-called normal people. But they're not normal. I just had to label it as that because that's what everybody sees it as, but I'm telling you guys the real truth. They're not normal, they're degenerates, and they're going to fall hard. That's it for now.